Guess I'd say.
Hi there, it's Crystal Powell from Remax Jazz, and I'm joined today by Sherry Corbett, mortgage broker at Mortages in Durham. So today we're going to talk about bridging. So what is bridging, first of all?
So bridging is when you are selling one home and you're purchasing another home, but the closing dates don't match. So your purchase date is before your sales date. So say you're going to be purchasing a property and it closes January 1st, but your sold home doesn't close till February 1st. You need a bridge for 1 month to bridge the gap between the two homes. Bridging is also, you can do it for shorter term. You can do it for 1 day, 3 days, 10 days, whatever it might be. There's some strategy around bridging sometimes. So sometimes people choose to bridge. I know that my husband and I, when we were moving into a new home, we chose to bridge because we wanted to clean, not clean, it was a new home, but we wanted to paint, we wanted to do some renos, we wanted to move gradually.
Yeah, so you've got some stuff to do and time
absolutely.
to do it.
So sometimes it's completely worth it. There is some cost to bridging. So bridging usually has a lender fee. So whoever your lender is usually charges an administration fee. That's about $250, seems to be about across the board. Then there's lawyers involved because you are registering the bridge debt. They're not just going to hand you $100,000 or $200,000. It has to still be registered. So you have to have a lawyer. So sometimes some lawyers will charge a fee for that. Depends if they're also doing your purchase and your sale, how much they'll charge you for that. But let's estimate, say, $500. So I would say in average you're about $750 in fees to do it, and then you have a per day interest charge. And the per day interest charge is just based on how much you need to borrow. So yeah,
and the current interest rate.
And the current interest rate, because it's based on prime rate, and then you just pay per day. So if it works out to say $50 a day to bridge $100,000, then you and you need it for 10 days, that's another $500. So your total cost would be about $1,250.
Right.
So we can estimate that for anybody who's interested in knowing what a bridge is. There's a lot of fun. There's a lot of reasons why you might want to bridge. Like I said, you might want to be able to have that peace of mind of being able to move in, or maybe you just can't make the closing dates match up. Maybe it's not your option. So you're selling your home and you have a great offer on the table, and the buyers are adamant that they have to have a certain date because they're moving out of whatever the situation is on their end. You know, is it worth you taking $1,000 or $1,500 cost? But if it gets you the right offer, absolutely. You know, so
and I know
like
from
bridging.
a lawyer's perspective, they prefer you to bridge because
Absolutely.
I mean, if something is wrong or if something is delayed on one end, then you can still move forward with one of the purchases.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have had people say that they've almost made back the entire bridge costs simply because they got the keys earlier in the day. So if you were closing on and they had movers, what I mean by that is, if you're closing on the exact same day, your sale has to happen, all that money has to be transferred through, then your purchase has to happen, and all that paperwork and money has to go through. So most times you wouldn't get the keys to that property until later in the day. Right? So if you've got movers and you're paying by the hour, there's a lot of times that movers end up sitting in a driveway just twiddling their thumbs, and that's a cost to you. But if you already have keys, you can have that moving company move, and there's no downtime. So if you can save a couple $100 by not having some guys in a truck sitting there twiddling their thumbs, that offsets some of the cost too.
Right. Very good. So if you have any questions about bridging, feel free to reach out to either myself or Sherry, and all the best with your move.